Hi, I'm John Gagney, and you're watching Symposium on the Sea. We got an excellent episode for you today. You don't want to miss a second. Hey, welcome back to another installment of Symposium on the Sea. I'm John Gagney. You probably heard it said that all that's necessary for evil to prevail is for good men to do nothing. Look around. Evil is prevailing, and I don't see too many good men doing anything. I don't know about you, but I'm angry about the evil that's destroying the lives and minds of people in this country and around the world, and the prevailing ho-hum attitude of most people, including the church. I talked to a dear friend and fellow believer about my thoughts in creating these videos, and as the conversation unfolded, my friend with a head that shook from subtle disapproval voiced a poignant observation. He said, "People don't want to be angry." Then he followed that up with examples of other people's videos that he enjoyed listening to. Yeah, he's right. But if I can inspire anger for a righteous cause, then my efforts are not in vain. The church is quick to point out that the Bible tells us the world will get worse before the end. Sure, I can read too, but I couldn't find the part about how we're supposed to stick our heads in the sand and do nothing about it. To quote G.K. Chesterton, we are participants in our own destruction. It's not that we can't see the solution, it's that we can't see the problem. There are times when anger becomes a necessary catalyst in producing a powerful instrument of change. History itself bears witness to this truth through its tapestry of revolutions and reforms. Consider an angry German monk in the Reformation of the Catholic Church, or early Americans who were sick of taxation without representation that led to the Boston Tea Party, and people in the Philippines who were angry and weary from enduring Spain's oppressive control that led to their revolution. Also, this great country would have never been formed without some angry pilgrims. Ever think about that? But I know, I get it. You don't want to be angry now. You're comfortable. And the weather forecast looks great for this weekend. Your Amazon packages are coming in tomorrow. And you want to play around and dig up some stumps with your new tractor or go fly fishing. And besides, the grandkids are coming over and you're planning a cookout and some ice cream. Getting angry now would be as dumb as, going to North Korea to teach the population how to lose weight. All that stuff we hear about in the news about possible nuclear war with Russia, or that our money might be devalued to the point where it's worthless, where our government is using the CDC to find new ways to take our guns and take away our freedoms. Yeah, all that stuff won't affect us, right? And if there is anything to it, it's in a place far away from us. Out of sight, out of mind. Why bother even watching or reading the news? Just scroll around and find something else that interests you. It's utterly baffling how comfortably myopic some people can be, lounging in their bubble of ignorance while the world teeters on the brink of disaster. How can we remain so blissfully unaware, so disturbingly content? If only they could look beyond their immediate convenience, see the larger picture, and realize that our passive acceptance plays a role in hastening our collective peril. Wake up, the time to speak and act is slipping through our fingers like grains of sand. The church should loudly eject when the state is doing wrong, but except for a faithful few, the church is silent. In my video, The Silence of the Church, I point out the inconsistencies of what the majority of the church says they believe and what they do by examples from history. The church talks a great game, but for the most part, that's all it is talk. You know what people really believe by what they do. The Bible teaches that believers have been given spiritual power and authority through their relationship with Christ to overcome evil. You know all these verses. I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. Or, if you have faith the size of a mustard seed, you will say to this mountain, move, and it will move, and nothing will be impossible for you. I believe the majority of the church has adopted the idea that these verses are more about the personal piety of the individual and not so much about fighting evil outside the doors of the church. So go ahead. I'm waiting for someone who can set me straight about this. Perhaps a distinguished expositor, or maybe even someone who has a study Bible named after them. I think it's a sure bet it won't be from a persecuted believer from a communist country. I didn't go to Bible college or learn the original languages and the manuscripts, so forgive my ignorance and speak slow so I can understand. But I'm under the impression that when the Bible says I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me, that includes things like fighting evil in our country. If your children were given pornographic material and physically assaulted by child abusers who came to your church picnic, you can bet that the abusers would be quickly dealt with by the church, then the local authorities. Now these same sexual perverts and abusers are in leadership positions in our public schools and in our government. Now it's a different story. That's politics, and politics is taboo and off limits for the church. We are much more comfortable debating petty things like which Bible translation to use, or if Jesus made grape juice or wine. It's absolutely maddening how the church can willingly turn a blind eye to the glaring societal issues right on their doorstep. They mostly shy away from any hint of conflict. The church would rather talk about problems that were solved years ago. After all, it's easier to fight dead dragons than live ones, huh? The church has been fed a lie, and most of them believe it. Politics is dirty and shouldn't be discussed in church. The early American church had no problem proclaiming the gospel and discussing political matters from the pulpit. They forget that the church gave us a constitution and spoke boldly for freedom and against tyranny. Our country was great because of the involvement of the church. Christianity didn't start in America. Christianity started America. Times were hard back then, and hard times make strong men. Strong men make easy times. Easy times make weak men. Weak men make hard times. Where is that power and authority, church? Our country and our world could really use it now. We are like men without chest, to coin a phrase from C.S. Lewis. You can help. You can make a difference. If what I said here resonates with you, can you share this with other people? Also, do a search for Liberty pastors and see what they're up to. Also, check out Moms for Liberty and support them and share them with other people. Also, I want to encourage you, if you haven't already, switch your cell phone plan to Patriot Mobile. They're the only Christian conservative company, and they have a backbone, and they're doing a lot of good things for this country, including their cleaning up the filth in our public schools. Also, I'm interested in hearing your opinions. Thank you for watching.